Good night, everybody. Good night, and welcome to All in All United.
Yeah.
Nick on the inside, and we have a special guest. We have
Mhm.
Bex. And if you all were to review some of videos in the past, you would remember that Becky is no stranger to All in All United. She has been here before. A young lady with a lot of knowledge, of the game and of the club that we all love and support. Bex, say a little, bring a little greetings now.
Hi, evening everybody. It's good to be back. Been away for a while, but with everything going on, football is less of a priority these days. But it's good to get back into the discussion of
Yes.
everything that's going on.
Yes, yes. Thanks very
Yeah.
much,
Yeah.
And
Nico.
and and she always in the background. Even when we having our talks, she always sending me messages. You know what I mean? Always very insightful. So again, it's a pleasure to have you on All in All United.
Thanks.
Guys, yeah, guys. As Becky said, not much football going around, or not much football going on right now. The Bundesliga has started back. So they had
Hmm.
a top of the table clash, which was I took it in again home. I took in that game today. But again, as things starting to come back to some form of normal in some countries, maybe we now have football with fans for a while. But I think
Hmm.
soon we start to see some football.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely. I think we had to be very, very careful, and we should, as the football, one of the football terminologies in terms of being wary of the talk of the second wave. We had to be very, very careful how we return to, there's the desire to get back to that normal place now.
Hmm.
With that, you tend to cast a certain level of caution to the wind, and you don't want a second wave to come and knock us back or further back and nullify all the progress that we have made now. So if the onus is on us to continue to be responsible, and treat with this coronavirus and give it the respect that it's due, because it has ravaged a lot of countries. The economy is still taking a hit and still trying to recover, but life had to go on, and we have to, try to roll the punches, you
Yeah.
know. So, but because we talked about it, we starting to see some semblance of normalcy. Football is starting to come back in parts of the globe. I know in Belarus the league's playing. I know in Korea their league
Hmm.
started back. And the entire expression and the experience is different. No stadia, no handshakes, a lot of debatable things because you can't
Mhm.
handshake, but you're hugging up in the box far corner. It's a plenty things
Right.
to debate, but I mean, we're not here to talk about that. So we're here to talk about transfers, guys, and you all who on the inside looking in, it's very, very close to the return of football in England. I think the clubs are having a meeting tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. To up the ante in terms of the training regimes, whether they can have, the full teams back to, because they're training in groups right now, from what I
Yeah.
understand.
Hmm.
But once everything goes well tomorrow, all the full group will come together and they'll train together in preparation for the restart. So more than likely, football, is on its way. And that being
Yeah.
said, we know transfers is always something that is constant. You're always thinking about next season, even though at the start of one season, you're not already thinking about next season and which player you could get in the next window and that kind of thing. And with Man United earlier, people always linking player stuff. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna go through a couple names that jumping up, and we go talk about the possibility, the probability, whether it makes sense, whether it's old talk, and we could get a rating, whether 2 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 5 out of 10. So let me get the ball rolling. I feel like I leave the best and the most obvious for last. All right. So there was this article on Standard UK where they were talking about some of the names that were linked to Man United. And I want to start with Raul Jimenez. Nico, I want to take over with it, take you off with this one. Raul Jimenez.
Is definitely a signing I would love. He was he was rated. Let me say, if we could have kept Igalo, I would have kept Igalo. However, if we cannot keep Igalo, definitely Jimenez would definitely be my second choice. However, rating him, I think it will be a difficult one. I think we have the financial power and the financial clout to do it compared to other teams. However, given this a rating 5, I give it a rating of
5 out of
5.
10?
5 out of 10. You see, the thing is about this, Wolves also have a backing, a financial backing, and Wolves really trying to break into that top 4, and I think as Jimenez being one of their best players, and definitely, and not seeing them giving him up, and I do see for some reason we having that power as we had in the past to pull top players from teams now. So on that behalf, as much as I would love it to happen, I would a 5. You know what I mean?
5. Bex, tell me, what do you think about Jimenez and the possibility?
United remains one of the only clubs to not furlough any staff and not reduce pay for any of the players' employees, regardless of who it is. One of the richest clubs in the world.
Of course.
Regardless of what Real Madrid and Barcelona do, they remain one of the richest clubs in the world, possibly the richest currently. And I was reading earlier today that they have reserves of about 250 million pounds.
Yeah.
And while they have tapped into it a little bit when they bought Maguire, they still have enough money that other clubs do not have. Considering how coronavirus has impacted these clubs financially, United now can get to flex that financial muscle a little bit.
Right.
Some clubs might be desperate to get money, so they would be quicker to release players. I don't know if Wolves will be one of them, because I don't know much about their current financial situation. I don't know if it will be worth going after Jimenez, especially if Igalo stays. Possibility of that happening, of United getting him, I would give it a 4.
A 4.
Simply because I don't really think they will go after him. Doesn't seem like a move they'll make to me.
Okay. Interesting, because the thing about it is what I was looking at is Wolves has always proved to be a very, very good team in terms of scouting and buying.
Mm-hmm.
So I really and then too, when you look at how old Jimenez is, I think he's 29. It could be prudent from a business perspective to cash in now, right? Because the older they get, is the less in value they become. And if you want to, you've gotten 2 or 3 good seasons from Jimenez in terms of, before they had him, he wasn't really known to much of Europe, right? He was doing his thing wherever he was. And for me, it will be in Wolves' best interest to cash in if a suitor comes along. Now, whether that suitor is Man United, I don't know. Now, I tend to agree with both of you all in the sense that we have the money to go at teams who may want to cash in, given financial constraints, and given the fact that Wolves may be ready to let Jimenez go. I think Jimenez fits the type of player that could make an impact in our team, but whether we will go for him is really dependent on a lot of factors. Does Igalo stay? Does Oli see that option that Jimenez will bring as something that he wants to bring into the team, because he always spoke about this quick counter-attacking football, and we know Jimenez could do it, but looking at the age and the amount that they may spend and how much they may value him as opposed to Wolves. So I kind of give it that a 3 out of 10.
Also, and other players that we'll talk about, like Sancho. If Ole plans on going after these players, then it makes no sense to go after Jimenez, who's older.
Well,
We're a bit top heavy.
you find so? You find so?
I find so. Yeah, because I don't see United selling any of their current forwards.
Yeah, I don't think we will. But what I do think is that, with the whole thing with how Igalo is kind of up in the air, we don't know what will happen with Igalo, and you want that kind of cover for especially, the kind of forward that Igalo is. And then you had to watch out what Igalo willing to accept, as opposed to whether Jimenez will be willing to accept that kind of reduced role now. Because remember, at Wolves right now, Nico, Jimenez is your number 9. He's your main man. And they're going to come to Man United now and had to settle for a bit part role. I don't know.
Who would he replace?
No, it's not about replacing, but his style is definitely different from the others that we have. I think his type of hold up play, his burly play, his aggressiveness towards the ball. I think we don't have that presently in any of our forwards, other than Igalo. So I think he's a totally different style of forward that in some of the games that our players like to play pretty in, he will get the job done. The type of player that always speaks about, that player that will break his nose for a goal. You can see him and it as that type of player. We do have that type of player otherwise. But again, to me, it's still far-fetched. I could see him fitting, but it's really just been hopeful.
Yeah. All right, so I think we got our opinions on those, so we could go on to the next one, Odion Igalo. Right now, it has been reported that Shanghai Shenhua, his loan deal, the current loan deal, is supposed to expire at the end of this month, the 31st of May. Right, so they want him back, but if Man United wants him, they need to negotiate a permanent transfer. Right, so Becky, you could go first on this one.
Right, so about half an hour before I came on, I saw an article also saying that he is currently negotiating a deal with United to stay. This is a guy who his dream was to play for United, and he never thought it would happen, and it did. And I don't think he has any intention of leaving. Now, while I was a little skeptical when United first reported about him, I think he's kind of proved me wrong. I didn't expect that I would like him, and I don't know if he's going to turn down a 75 million over 4 years deal. I would not turn it down. I would say goodbye to United. Love you, but bye. I think United should keep him, but honestly, it's 50-50 right now. Based on United probably wanting to invest in other players. And should Igalo really turn down, considering his age, should he turn down a deal to go back to China, knowing that probably where he would go to retire? He will not retire at United. I don't think so. So I think it's 50-50 he stays, he goes. But I would prefer we keep him at least for another year maybe, while we develop other players.
All right, Nico?
Yeah, Igalo again, I think he has proven the world wrong. I think most of us, by the time we heard Igalo, we say Igalo, and then when it happened, it sounded like a move, like a desperate move. The last day of the transfer window, we say, well, oh God, well, United going through. Igalo, a player who, he did fairly well in Watford, but still never lit the Premier League alight. But coming into United, I think he has really been a breath of fresh air in the club. I think his hold up play is something that for me, you know what I mean, is magical. Compare to Lukaku, you know what I mean, with Lukaku touch, you know what I mean, just seeing Igalo, you know what I mean, his confidence on the ball, how he moving, how hungry he is. To me, for United it will be a no-brainer to make this deal permanent. However, to me, I know he's living his dream and all that, but to me, to be foolish to walk away from what he's getting in China, you know, just for the love of it, you know. But again, who is me, eh? You know, but yeah, who is me? Whatever that's me, I gone. You know what I mean? United was fun. I live my dream, and on top of it, I live on a high. You know what I mean? I could actually be living as an icon, as a United icon. You know, because if you look at his scoring rates, it was almost every 90 minutes a goal. If you check the percentage now, almost every 90 minutes that he played, every game that he started, he scored. You know, so at the end of the day, he even, you could say, higher than even Henrik Larsson, who came and lit the Premier League light coming to Manchester in the January transfer window, winning the Premier League title. You know what I mean? Igalo is even topping that. You know what I mean? So if I was him, I'd take, hey, it was nice, you know what I mean? Pack my bags, make my millions, and, you know what I mean? And ride out in the sunset. However, if I had to rate it, I rate it as 6. I definitely do it to a 6, yeah.
So I think, right, now we've seen it from a kind of heavily weighted on the financial side, because we're watching the money, right? And sometimes that will be the motivating factor. You know, sometimes these guys really carrying a kind of, you know, that kind of thing nostalgia from long time. Yeah, you know, going to play for the biggest club in the world, and I finally getting the chance. And to be fair to him, you know, the whole COVID thing took away the opportunity that, you know, for him to express and experience this dream a lot longer, you know. And going back now, go always leave the thought in his mind of what if, you know. And he thinks way heavily on these fellas' mind. Remember, this man is already a millionaire in Nico. You understand what I'm talking about? So you're talking about
how much million?
No.
How much millionaires in football retire, and right after football, you hear about players like Iboe from Arsenal. You know what I mean?
Iboe is stupid. That will be no Iboe.
Right? So sometimes you gotta look at it that way too. You know what I mean?
No, but let me just get Kurt on the inside, because Kurt was commenting on a previous review we do, right? So Kurt finally came in on the correct review. So Kurt, basically what we're doing is we're going through the transfers and we're getting it a little rating. It had some, you know, transfers that we want to talk about, some targets. And that's what we're basically going through now. We're talking about Odi and Igalo. All right, so you can feel free to drop in with your comments and stuff like that. All right, now I think having Igalo benefits the team. And you see, although watching it as a salary, yeah, but if a man play for Man United, I think it has so much more in terms of what they call it when they sign different endorsement deals and all these kind of things. I think the possibilities. Becky talked earlier about, you know, Manchester United being one of the biggest clubs in the world, if not the biggest club. You know, and you don't know if Igalo stick around here, what other opportunities outside of football it could open for him. You understand? I think keeping Igalo, especially seeing what he's already offered, I mean, the man exceed expectations. I think he fit and he gel with the team pretty good, as opposed to the likes of Alexis Sanchez, who people were expecting a lot more from. You know, I mean, yes, a 400,000 a week to play in China, you know, from a financial standpoint, is a lot. But in terms of exposure, I mean, it's not like he coming to play for 500 TT in Man United, but the man still gonna be playing for one TT. You understand? I mean, I know it's chalk and cheese. I know, but still, boy, I want Igalo to stay. I think having him there, he understands his role. He understands what Oli expect of him. Just like Mata know he ain't gonna come to play 38 games for the season, but he know when called upon he will give 110%. You don't want them kind of fellas in the dressing room that when they play games, they start talking people ears and cause division and thing. You don't want them thing horse. And Ighalo come in, Ighalo know what he had to do, Ighalo playing hero dread. The man sitting nice. As you say, he's one of them kind of strikers that go break his nose to score a goal when the pretty footballers who we really like, Anthony Martial, them a boy anyway. When them fellas at some point struggling, you can call on the tried and tested. And not only that, men like Greenwood, Martial, Rashford go learn from Ighalo. So I think having him there benefiting him and benefiting the team more than what he will contribute on the field. So for me, I think that's a no-brainer, and I want to give that one because based on what Oli said, the club seems very, very open. Even though, if nothing agreed, he had to go back. I want to give that one at 7 out of 10, but I want it to happen.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, so guys, if you all who tuning in have any comments, feel free to make it, but we'll discuss it as well, right? So we're moving on, guys. I am seeing here Kalidou Koulibaly.
Right.
Yeah, they're talking about Napoli ready to sell. Now these are the rumors. This is what's going on. Oli is not happy with his backline, and we know Nico, you feel the same way. Apart from Lindelof being, shaky and by Mr. Inconsistent, I think going for a centre back is not a bad idea. Probably it's not a priority for this window. Which is why I don't think I will give it that higher rating, but I do think it's an area that we have to focus on probably next season. Well, at the end of next season, based on how these guys do, and I'm very sure that we'll be seeing a next centre back coming in because I don't think Lindelof at that level, and I really don't think Bailly at that level either. Whether Koulibaly is the right one, I'm not sure. But the fact that the transfer coming up and Oli's open to bringing in a centre back, whether it's now or in the future, it kind of gives you the insight that is that area that he wants to improve. But I don't think Koulibaly will come, so I can get that at 2 out of 10.
Yeah. For me, I definitely cannot see it happening. I think we're going to invest because you're thinking about Koulibaly and you're thinking about the type of investment you're making in a player who is maybe overhyped like that. I think the fee will be almost similar to what we paid for Maguire. And I'm definitely not seeing Manchester United making that kind of investment in another centre back, knowing that we have Lindelof at the moment and we have Bailly at the moment. Even maybe Tuanzebe coming up. I definitely not seeing us investing that kind of money in a centre back. I could definitely see us investing that money in players higher up the field. Even for a possibility Pogba leaves, I could see us investing money somewhere into the midfield, but definitely not seeing us investing the kind of money behind a player like Koulibaly. Also, I'm not seeing him as a fit with Maguire too. For some reason, I'm not seeing that. I could be wrong. Maybe if it work out and we see them play together, but I'm not seeing that Vidic, Ferdinand, type of partnership that two of them have now. To me, two of them just a bit too similar. I think you need players to complement each other in certain things, and I don't think they have that. I could be wrong. I definitely don't not seeing that. So on that rating, I give that a 2 out of 10.
All right, nice. Bex?
Sometimes you look at players and you can imagine them at United. Koulibaly is just not it. He's not one of them.
Yeah.
He's not one. I cannot see him at United. But personal feelings aside, I don't think that's a transfer that's going to happen either. I'll give it a 0 out of 10 because for one, that's not a priority for United.
Yeah.
Like you guys said, it's not a priority right now.
Yeah.
and I don't think he will fit in well. Also, we've been what this will be the third window. His name is being mentioned, the third year or something. He's getting older. I
That's
don't
correct.
think we should be going for aging centre backs right now. I have no problem with a professional, a seasoned centre back, but I think he's getting past that age where we shouldn't even be considering him anymore. Lindelof, I like, so I'm hoping he gets better.
Possibly he can. Possibly he
yeah,
can.
he could.
Possibly,
He
I
has
open.
he has the age.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
open because I know we're not gonna invest in a centre back, honestly.
Exactly.
So I think the only hope is to hope that Lindelof, really step up to the plate and be the partner that Maguire really needs now.
He's good. He's just shaky. So him and Bailly together need to improve so that we don't have to depend solely on Maguire.
Exactly. Yeah.
Also, Smalling.
No. I don't want Smalling. What you are? Listen, man. Smalling gone in Italy. I'm looking shaky. He scored 1 goal. Right? Nah.
I'm just saying. I mean, you never know.
I'm giving Tuanzebe a chance over Smalling. Smalling had his time. You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, but I mean, props to Smalling for going to Italy and really doing well. I mean,
and taking up that challenge.
And taking the challenge and doing well. But you see, what we had to consider too is the fact that the current defenders that we have right now, and I'm talking about the backups, Tuanzebe and Bailly, they are injury specialists.
Yeah, but
right? And then, so after that, now you're talking about Jones. No more need. I need to say no more.
I forget Jones.
I completely forgot. I forgot this guy existed.
No, after Smalling having that kind of season in Italy, Smalling gonna come back with his head swell big, so thinking he's supposed to start alongside Maguire, again.
Nah, he gonna get sell away.
So all I'm saying is we had to be a little bit careful in discounting the need for a centre back right now. Because let's just say Lindelof dropped form and Lindelof not playing at the level that we require. And we don't have, because I've been honest with you, I do not see Bailly as a full season player, right? Jump high or jump low. And for some reason with Tuanzebe, I don't understand. Every time this man play good, he just walk off the field injured dread. And I won't see Tuanzebe for months.
Yeah.
So if it means that you're bringing a seasoned defender to provide that kind of solidity, because similarly to Maguire, Koulibaly is not the, you have some players who throughout the career they rarely get injured, regardless of age. These fellas do not get injured. I don't know if it's because of genes or them fellas just naturally smart in how they play the game. They don't get injured. Similarly with Bruno Fernandes throughout his career, he don't get injured. So if I need to bring in a centre back just for one season to take us back to that level, and while he is there, he's imparting and teaching these younger centre backs to bring them to the level where they could bring that kind of performance to the fore, then I don't think that's a risk, But
a risk in what you talking about, Koulibaly?
Yeah.
You say bringing in a centre back for a season, huh?
Yeah.
Bringing Koulibaly for a season.
Listen,
it's not worth it.
You know the cost.
What I'm telling you. Nico, here what I'm telling you. If we bring in Koulibaly for one season and we win the Premiership next year, it will be well worth it. Listen to what I'm telling you.
I ain't seen that happening.
No,
maybe for the fans, but not for the club.
I ain't saying it.
Not for the cost.
I ain't saying it's gonna happen, but what I'm saying is if you consider why I told you just now, Koulibaly comes in and does that for one season and we were to win the title, I'm not stretching, eh?
Yeah, stretching because we're talking chances, eh? We're talking chances and you said go all over the place. No.
Nah, I know what I'm saying. I'm saying it could possibly make sense.
That chance is almost zero.
No, but it could make sense if what I said just now were to work out. But that's
Yeah,
not-
but how
Only
much?
rebuilding,
How much
only
would United
rebuilding.
play for him?
I think they're talking about between 75 to 90.
No,
That ain't
no, that is
happening.
not worth it. It's not worth it.
That
No
ain't
way, no
happening.
how.
No way, no how.
Guys, if you feel how I feel, please comment on it. At least let me even right now the beaten
Nah, that
numbers.
ain't happening. Because only rebuilding a squad for the next 10 years. Right? Koulibaly not gonna fit into that system.
Yeah, but
Nowhere. And to
Nicole,
spend 90 million for a player who is not going to be long term, that's not going to happen.
yeah, but you're not seeing what I'm trying to show you, John.
No, I see where you're telling me, but if we're being realistic here, you know what I mean? You get you down there.
Yeah, I give that a 0 out of 10. Sorry, that one not happening.
So 0 out of 10 for Becky, 2 out of 10 for Nicole, and 2 out of 10 for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I changed it to 0.
Watch me. If I see Koulibaly holding a Man United jersey come next summer, I posting the clip all over the place.
Yeah, no problem. But
All
I'm
right,
definitely
so-
ain't seen that happening. Unless you go for 20 million or something.
Moving now, Napoli and selling for 20 million.
Yes.
All right, so Declan Rice, right? Declan Rice has been, well, you know, he fits the bill in so many ways for Ollie's DNA. He's English, you know, he's young, and he has some of the abilities that Ollie looking for in terms of you know the kind of English culture and what he wants in his midfield. Before I continue, Kurt, way boy, the odds stacked against you, boy.
Yeah, that's telling you.
0-0.
Oh God, all right, Kurt, thanks, boy. Yeah, so Declan Rice earlier, you know, he's somebody that came up last transfer window in terms of to fill the defensive midfield position, you know, and when you look at the likes of Pogba and Bruno, you know, we need somebody who can actually cover for them. And you know, Declan Rice's name has jumped up. So who wanna take it?
Yeah, I will go first. 0. Right? 0. Yeah, I'm telling you. No, and I'm gonna justify it too, right? So we have players, let me say, if we playing Bruno, Pogba, and let me say Fred, right? We still have Matic, we still have McTominay, right? And then it have players in the academy, players like let me say, I know we still burden Ghana, but we still have Ghana, right? It's touted that Gomez, no, is a different position, right? But it have other players who could fit that defensive midfield role. Let me say, if a Pogba could go back in a defensive midfield, you know, even Bruno could go back and play, right? So even have players like Gomez. It have players like Dylan Levitt, who's exceptional. That's to get the time, you know. So I'm not seeing Declan Rice coming to make any kind of, to block the passage of the future that we have coming up together with the players that we have. And he's not an upgrade either, you know. So on that premise, 0.
So here it is, right, Nico? Now we talk about this in some of the past videos that we did. Now our academy players, right? I don't think that they are the level to make that transition, right?
But how would they get there? How would they get there?
Let me make my point. Right? These guys need to go out on loan. These guys not going to get, because if you talk about Ghana.
I disagree because McTominay haven't been on loan. McTominay haven't been on loan.
Yeah, but
I disagree.
Yeah, but listen, the situation of McTominay was unique.
It was exceptional, eh?
Yeah, that was unique.
It was a different situation.
That wasn't normal, right?
To me, Levitt, a player like Levitt have more talent than McTominay.
I'm doubting you. I'm not doubting you. I like Levitt. I find Levitt decent. But what I'm saying is, you're talking about Levitt, Ghana. Look at Ghana. Ghana was one of the breakout stars from the academy. And he only gave about, I could count how much games he got this season on one hand. And we had so much injuries that he still didn't play. So my point is, these guys not going to get the amount of football necessary to see them develop at the levels to break in and solidify a position within our team. These guys need to go out on loan.
All right. Agreed, right? Agreed.
Remember here,
if we had to buy a Declan Rice, how much we going to pay for Declan? Let me just get let's guess a figure. How much we going to pay for Declan Rice?
I not pay no more than 60 for Declan.
How much?
50, 60.
Right, 50, 60. 50, 60 to play in front of who? To play in front of McTominay and Fred? Or you're paying 60 million for Manchester on the bench? Because he's not going to be ahead of two of them.
Who?
Declan Rice not going to be ahead of McTominay and he's not going to be ahead of Fred. Right?
Nico.
So 60 million to sit on the bench and nothing happening. Zero.
Yeah, but Nico.
That's my point of view, right? You would have your point of view. That is my point of view. Right?
All right. But what I'm saying, right, is when you consider roles, right? No, I like McTominay, but for me, McTominay is not a defensive midfielder. Right? I do not trust that man as a single pivot defensive midfielder. If we go
I find the man's quality of recent, but the man's quality of fighting man.
Is that McTominay slander I hear? What?
Yes. Yes, the way he is. Anyway, let me get Becky point of view here.
All right, go ahead, Becky. Go ahead.
I think I'm a little biased because I have a thing against English players, even though it's the English Premier League. I find they're overhyped, they're overrated, they're over everything. And Declan Rice is one of them, unfortunately. I'm not saying the guy sucks, he doesn't. I think he's a good player. But not for 60 million and not ahead of Fred and McTominay. If I remember correctly, when we were first linked with him, Fred wasn't playing too well. And McTominay... Okay, Kurt, not really. Let's be serious here. No. Don't say that.
Good, behave, my boy. Behave. I'll let Becky make your point. Go ahead, Becky.
Yeah. I was just saying that. Sorry, I was trying to reach for my charger.
Yeah.
McTominay, I believe, was either injured at the time or he was the only one really playing that role, and Fred wasn't doing too well. Now I would not go for Declan Rice. I think he's gonna be benched. He won't play ahead of McTominay. He won't play ahead of Fred. And 60 million is too expensive for him. That's just my honest opinion. I have a thing against overpaying for overrated English players.
Or British players. He play for England.
Well,
now?
yeah, British. Yeah, I think so. I think he plays for England. Yeah. British players on a whole. I think we overpay for them, and so I wouldn't go for him. I don't know if United is still interested. The last I heard, it was still just rumors. So possibility of that happening, 3 out of 10. Ole likes the young English guy, so I mean, it's still a 30% chance that it happens, but I don't think so.
All right. In the interest of time, I'm gonna challenge it. We all entitled to our own opinion. I mean, I'm not saying that I like Declan Rice. I mean, I tend to, but just to respond to something you said, Becky, I think nowadays players on the whole, once they're linked with Man United and Man United have some form of interest, you will be overpriced, right? So, because sometimes I'll see Bayern Munich buy a player for $10 million, and if Man United were to go in for that player, that will cost them $65 trillion, Brett.
Yeah.
So I mean,
yeah, but it's especially worse for the English guys. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, true.
If Maguire wasn't English, we wouldn't pay 80 million for him or 70 million or whatever it was. You understand?
You think so?
I think so. We wouldn't.
Man United name
maybe 60.
I think anytime Man United name gets thrown up in any transfer, it is just added about
inflate.
Yeah,
it's true.
But
of course, because Maguire is English, that will inflate a little more.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Well,
All right. All
yeah.
right. So, Nico, you give Declan Rice a rating? Can no
Zero, zero, zero,
zero.
zero.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't seen that happen at all.
Hey, Davian, good night to you,
Good
man.
night, Davion.
Yes, yes. Thanks for joining in. So we have now Jude Bellingham. Now, this is a very highly rated youth man from Birmingham City. I think he's 16 years and he lightened, the championship, right? I don't know much of him, but I know he's a midfielder. He plays central midfield. He could play on the
Yes,
wings
plenty wing. Yes, plenty wing a lot. The right
uh,
wing a lot.
as well. And I heard that I read that him and his family were invited to Carrington. So Alex Ferguson personally came into the mix to meet them to try to encourage them to come in to join the club.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Borussia Dortmund is also interested in taking him from England. Um, so he is very highly spoken of. I don't know how the transition will be for him into the likes of Man United because I mean I'll tell you earlier, playing for Man United it's a different demon. I remember Ben Foster talking about it because at the point in time when we signed Ben Foster, he was highly rated as well. And hearing him talk about his experience at Man United after he said it, it was different. The pressure to win and the desire to win, anybody can't take that, but Jude seems to be, up for it from the talk. We seem to be very, very interested in him. And Ollie has big plans. So for me, it's looking like a 7 out of 10.
All right. I saw him. I saw him play in the championship. I saw a few of the championship games that he played in, and he looked exceptional. I think he looked definitely higher on the level of the championship level. His quality, definitely, I could see him coming in as part of the young brigade that Manchester United is developing, especially from even in the youth leagues. Think about the under 18s coming up right now. We are real talent coming through. Um, one signing for the future, yes. Maybe I don't know if he'll be able to break into the first team if he comes, let me say, next season. However, it's something that I could see happening, and I will give us something that a 6, but I still give it a 6. Because I know as a young player, you're moving, you want to play. And I'm not seeing him getting much games at United, but however, I could see him getting games at a team maybe like Dortmund, as I said, if Dortmund was interested. It have players like it's Hakimi, who from Dortmund, who is on loan from Real Madrid. That could be a position that he could possibly fill. Even if Sancho leaves, he could possibly get more game time out there. And because of that, I think I'll give it a 6.
All right.
Yeah, I haven't seen him play much. Maybe one game, however long ago football was. And I would take him at United. I believe in the investment in young, talented players, especially at his age. I don't think the club has much to lose if they choose to invest in him. Um, if he doesn't work out, he doesn't work out. But I doubt that he will not work out. Uh, the only thing, like Nico said, is Dortmund. I think the appeal right now to go to Dortmund for young players is really high because these players see the development that Dortmund places on these young players, and I think it might be slightly more appealing than staying in England and going to United, regardless of how much pull United has. Um, but I still think we have some pull, so I will give it a 6 or 7 out of 10 in terms of possibility. Uh, I don't know if it would happen in the upcoming transfer window though, because thing is he's not going to get game time at United. Not as much as he would get at Dortmund, not as much as he's getting now. So it would depend on what he wants. Does he want to develop more, take more time to develop, or does he want to jump straight into the first team?
But
He won't do that at Dortmund either, but he would transition quicker.
Yeah. But the from what I've seen, I mean, I know we spoke about it, but apart from the guys that came through the academy, when you looked at Daniel James, and I know probably we could argue circumstance,
Yeah.
but we saw how Oli, Oli gave Daniel James promises, even though, because we heard it in interviews with Daniel James where he played a lot more than he expected, more than Oli told him he would have played. And that was a matter of circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
But when you consider what Oli's project is, and we spoke about it throughout today's video, there is a high chance that Jude Bellingham, because remember, we're talking about Birmingham City, you're 16 years old, and then you're talking about Manchester United. Now, your head had to be this big for you to come into a team at the caliber of Man United and think that you should be starting every game, right? No matter how good you are, let's be real. So he has to come in knowing that, hey, here what's going on. I am with a manager who has the intention to develop and give the youth a chance, because we've seen Oli do that. Right now, we're looking at Borussia Dortmund and saying, well, a lot of players have gone there and have gotten the chance and have taken the chances and so forth and so on. But who's saying that that is not one of the qualities that Oli is trying to develop within our club in terms of bringing in young players who have the ability and giving them the opportunity to show whether they're able to take it or not. So I'm saying Bellingham could as well come in. You're learning under the likes of Paul Pogba, Bruno Fernandes. You're going to get game time. You're going to get to play alongside these quality players. And it's on you now, if you think you deserve to play at that level, to up your game and to play and to show what you're made of. I think if Bellingham comes in, I think if Bellingham stays with Man United, I think Oli will give him games, and it's up to him to take it. He can't come and expect to play every game. I think that's ridiculous, especially as a 16-year-old. What I am encouraged by is the fact that Oli did say that if we do sign Bellingham, he's not going to be playing with the reserve team. He's going to come straight in to the first team setup and train and play.
Train with them.
So I think
so. So I hear you, right? And I also heard when you spoke about Ben Foster and the different demon of coming to Manchester United. And with that pressure on you, and with that pressure on Bellingham, he will still feel the pressure, even if he's coming at 16 years old, right? And at the end of the day, the fans don't want to hear about development right through, The fans want results. The fans want championship, right? And Oli's not going to give him a chance just because we're trying to develop here, right? You have to come in there and show his championship quality to be even playing. And again, because of the pressure and the pressure of the fans and everything, it's really difficult for me to see him really getting much games now. However, I could see him getting more games at Dortmund, where everybody know that Bayern will win most of the time. And if we get Bayern a good fight, We most overall we develop and that is it. So definitely I hear you. But he really had a pretty tail between his leg, and also as Manchester United fans, we had to come down a bit, because at the end of the day, right, we want to win championships. We want to be in the knockout stage of the Champions League every single year, right, and competing. So I think for that to happen to him, he would have to really develop at a really rapid level.
But I don't. Yes and no. Because I mean, the fan base tend to be very, very patient and forgiving with the young players, especially when because I mean, I remember when Daniel James had just come in, a lot of people were, hey, we'll give him time. It's a good buy, no risk. He young, so if it busts, well, whoever, right? when fans actually started to turn on Daniel James is when he was our only option, and we started to demand a certain level of performance from him because he was the only option we had for position. With Greenwood on the other hand, Ollie said here what's going on. I'm gonna treat with you a little bit differently. I don't want that kind of pressure that Daniel James having to deal with for you to have to go through that. That is why we didn't see Greenwood, even though Greenwood was banging the goal foot, right foot, left foot, all how. Ollie wasn't just throwing him in the deep right through like how James was getting it. Because Ollie realized, well, probably his skin now thick as Daniel James. So you see, and we keep complimenting and commending Ollie for how he treating with young players. So I am saying, hey, here what's going on. Ollie showing me that he able to allow young people to develop at their own pace, but at the same time, putting the fire at the right heat to get the best out of them. I've seen it with Greenwood, I see it with Daniel James. Now, I just be critical of Daniel James, but Daniel James improved. You know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day, we watch championships. I just saying that. Right? At the end of the day, we watch championships, right?
I hear you.
I just say.
I am saying, I think if Jude Bellingham comes, he can expect to play all the games. That would warrant him to choose Dortmund over Man United. Right? But at the same time, I think he could come, he'll get game time, and he could develop.
I'm willing to wait for him to develop if that's what it takes. I'm not, yeah, we won championships, but I prefer buying younger players right now, developing them in a certain way, and going from there. Yeah, you mix it with experience, but I'm not gonna put pressure on a 16-year-old or 18-year-old or however old Rashford is to deliver championships right now.
Well, Rashford had a different story right now. Rashford has just delivered the goods.
Yeah, he'll deliver, but
I think Rashford,
you don't want to put too much pressure on his back either, because he's still young.
Well, that's the fellas started getting pressure now. Footballers are young these days, you know.
Yeah.
By the time you're 27, 28 years old in football. So it's
I don't want. Look what we do to poor boy. No,
them fellas had to feel the pressure.
Pogba have to feel the pressure. Martial have to feel the pressure. Rashford need to slow down so we don't damage him again. We can't buy young players and put too much pressure on them, because you end up with a situation like Rashford where he's playing through an injury and it's getting worse, and then he's sidelined for months, and then you never know how that can affect a player's development. So we have to be careful with these things with young players.
Yeah.
I think we could do it for Bellingham, but not. He'll have to be managed properly as well. You can't rush him in too fast, and then you cannot sideline him for too long.
Yeah, agreed.
Nice. All right, so guys, I'm looking at the time. So what we will do is let's just, I don't think we need to comment on Jadon Sancho. I think everybody knows that we won Jadon Sancho.
Yep, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, that's a 10 out of 10 straight up. You know, so what we'll do is let's just comment on, let me just get some comments in, right? Sinatra is agreed with Nico. He said Rashford mature enough now, so he had to take the jamming.
Yeah, I agree with that. No, honestly, I agree with that. Because
I want to protect my boy.
He's taking the pressure for England, so if he can take it for the national team, he take the pressure for United too. You know what I mean? Like, United is the people who really paying the bills too. You know what I mean?
Davian saying Liverpool give youth player development a chance, and they're reaping the rewards at the moment. And we're not too involved in Liverpool, so we don't know how much of them come through the academy and how much of them they buy. But the youth team, the second team, really,
yeah, they have a good youth team. Yeah,
they're looking real good. You know, could say the team we're building a monster team, but once we could get them signing inside, and Ollie, you know, hey, Callum, what you seen?
Who is it? It is one. Who is one?
It is I.
Oh, okay. I thought it was one. All right.
All right, Ollie. So we can all agree Jadon Sancho is 10 out of 10. You know, that is the missing piece of the puzzle that we want in the front three. Bam. So we won't waste any time on that. But the last one we want to do for the evening, y'all, is Jack Grealish.
Again, I said it in the past. The only how I could see a Jack Grealish happening is if Pogba leaves. I think if Pogba remains, Jack Grealish doesn't come. So on that behalf, I'm going to have 5.
A 5.
And I saw a report earlier that Juventus, again, everything is coronavirus. So because of the current pandemic and the financial situation of these clubs, Pogba might be a little too expensive for a lot of them now. Whoever might have been considering him before to pay, if they're going to pay 90 million and pay his wages, it might be a little too much. So he might end up staying at United. And like you said, if he does, we don't. Grealish out. My thing with Grealish is I don't know if I like his attitude. I like my United players with a little class. And if they're not classy, they have to be like the old Rooney. Kind of crazy Rooney, but Grealish just seems to be, I don't know, something about him I don't like. He's a good player though.
All right, so let's get Kurt Alexander saying Grealish is a 4.
Yeah.
Callum saying no on Grealish. We put in him and his cost will be astronomical. COVID
did that good. And I agree.
Davian saying Grealish would be a great addition to the club though. You know? I know how I feel about Grealish, boy. Because at the end of the day, you see, you want, for me, Grealish is a quality player. And you want, when you look at your bench, you want to know you have game changers on your bench, my boy. You know, and not every time I watch my bench, I only see McTominay. And no offense, Nico, no offense. But I don't want to every time
McTominay is a big player, boy.
McTominay is a big player. I see McTominay, I see Fred. Them fellas, when I say I like them, they are good role players, but to say a game changer off my bench, we don't have that. You know, and I mean, but at the end of the day, is whether he willing to accept that role, because if Pogba stay, which is more than likely as we say now, Pogba ain't going nowhere. Whether they can afford him, if they can afford him, that's a big question, because they might have sell players to be able to afford Pogba. And Davian saying it here, Juve already have 1 million midfielders, so they have to sell to afford Pogba. And we're not going to be forced into selling Pogba for small money.
So and it's like we want to sell him, eh? It's like we want to sell him.
And it's not like how I read it, it's not like Pogba want to go.
Yeah.
You know? And one of the things with Pogba is Pogba wanted to see the intent of the club, and that Bruno signing was a big move in terms of intent. You know? So
even Igalo coming in and with the Igalo form too, that gave a little encouragement to it.
Yeah. Callum saying if we intend to return to the top of world football, we have to keep our best players. Grealish is a second-hand Pogba. Yeah.
I try third and fourth now.
No, but Nico, Grealish really decent. The man decent.
I know the man decent, but if you put him and Pogba, you can't throw them in the same boots at all.
Well, Pogba in a category by himself. But when I say, but what I'm saying is when you look on the bench, let's say Pogba having a bad game, and you look on the bench and you call on Grealish, it's not like you can call Pereira or Lingard now, boy.
Agreed. But the amount of money to pay on the bench again, it's tough to see now.
Yeah. Could say on another note, I believe Jesse would come good next season. His mind wasn't on football. Jesse's having purple patch and thing, you know. So
you covered 2-3 purple patches during next season and surprise us.
Yeah, and then play FA Cup and Carling Cup. All right, so guys, before we wrap up, you know, I want to just respond to this. So let me just weigh in on this a little bit, and we could wrap up today, right? Angel, to stay or go? What's our views on Angel Gomez?
Stay.
I would definitely love him to stay. However, still, I am not seeing where he is going to get the opportunities to play. I think for him, our best move should be to stay, but maybe to go on loan, because I really not seeing him get the opportunities that he really wants at this stage of his career now. Because if you look at it, Angel and Sancho used to play together with the English national team, right? And what where Sancho is now compared to where Angel is, you know. So I think when he looks at things like that would want to sway him. So it would be excellent if he stays. However, if he stays, I would really like him to go on loan, to really to play games and to really get our confidence and to build our confidence and to come back a better player. But if he stays and he stay within the team, I don't think he's going to get much chances and he will end up being a frustrated player and sooner or later he would leave.
Bex?
Yeah, because he believes that he's good enough to be playing regularly in the first team. Obviously, the coach doesn't believe that, So, yes, I want him to stay. But personally, I don't believe that he's good enough yet to play in that first team. For me, he's like Chong. You can see that they're good players. I struggle to defend them sometimes. So while I want him to stay, like Nico said, I don't see where he fits in. And I just don't think the club has space for him right now. So he might have to go.
Callum, you're rough, boy.
Yeah, Callum, real cruel. So let me just get a little some of the comments in, right? Right. So, and we're going back to the Grealish the topic, right? He said, Callum said, I'll buy an experienced journeyman as a backup for midfield. Right. Sinatra is saying, good point with the game changers on the bench. We really don't cut it at the moment. Yeah, that is true. I mean, when you look at your bench, you don't have nothing. So if our plan A fail, we have nothing really in plan B.
Mata is the plan B right now.
Yeah, and that's not even nothing I should be proud of. I mean, I like Mata.
No, but as Bruno come here saying something different, eh?
Yeah, well, yeah.
He operating on a different wavelength, yeah, but still, I agree. We need something.
Yeah, but we cannot buy expensive players to bench them. So
exactly.
If we're buying players, they're going into the starting 11, and our current players get benched. That's just what's gonna be.
And that's what's gonna happen. But I mean, when they consider if we were to buy a Grealish, when they consider our midfield options, there's no way Grealish will come in there and think that he could start. When you look at Bruno. So, I mean, he had to know what he wants, yes?
Callum, I posted it up. I don't know how you didn't see it. I posted up that we'd have been live at 9, but all right, cool. I'll send you a personal text next time then.
Yeah, that way you would.
That you would.
Angel, low center of gravity, reminds me of Messi. He is so good when I see him in youth games. But the problem, then youth games be seeing.
Yeah, exactly.
Those
when they reach Premier League, it's something completely different.
Davian saying Angel better Chong.
Yeah.
No doubt. Angel better than Pereira.
I agree.
Only probably don't think so. Angel would make more assists than Lingard this season, but for some reason, Oli just doesn't seem to be allowing the guys. I don't know if it's the contract situation that just not. Oli prefer here what going on. Get your mind in order, organize your contract, and then come back and we go again. I don't know if that's how we treat that.
And then too, I think Oliza, don't mind. We know you have a dread streak, but he's also a nice guy.
Yeah.
In terms of, he would give Lingard and give Pereira the opportunity, to redeem themselves, before he just discard them. So, he's still giving them opportunity. I know you could do it and motivate them as much as he could. And after that, when he say, well, boy, I try. What am I to do after now? You know what I mean? Tell other guys to give opportunities, and I'm going to start to give these guys opportunities now.
No, but the thing about it, right? I mean, if Pereira gets sell, that man shouldn't have no issue accepting the fact that he was a failure at Man United. I listened to Pereira talking in an interview, and that the confidence that man talking with, no wonder he just feel he's Messi and the feeling. Please. Anyway, guys, our time has been fast spent. We're clocking over our y'all. And comments still coming in. Comments still coming in. So guys, we'll have to wrap it up here. We do thank you for your comments and for the interaction. And Callum, Nico will be sure to let you know when the next review, when the next video gonna be.
That was the first person we talk about.
Yes,
Callum
Callum.
Jimenez.
Yeah, we talk about Jimenez first. He was the first person we talk about. Yeah, but he'd fit right in on the bench behind Martial. I just let you know.
No, he would bench Martial, I'm telling you.
That's why
No,
he
I
not
tell you,
That's why
I
he
tell
not
you, anytime we go for Jimenez, Marshall end up on the
Mhm.
bench, eh?
On the bench
No, that's why he ain't coming. That's why he ain't
or
coming.
back in France.
You know.
Or play some games off the left.
Yeah,
That
but
too.
Lautaro Martinez not coming to Man United. He either going
that
back
ain't
to
happening.
Spain or Spain. That one is a 0.0 out of 10. You know. Anyway, guys, it was nice. Thanks for your contribution. Thanks again to Bex for joining in with the review today.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Not the review, but the transfer talk. You know, we do appreciate it.
Anytime.
And we will let you all know when we're coming on again. Guys, you know, football will be back soon. From what we're hearing, it's coming back in June. I can't remember exactly when in June. But very, very soon we'll be having match reviews again. You know, so look out for it. Sinatra saying Martial had a sit down if Jimenez come here. What's going on? All of this review about the yeah, no done. Call it cabby. We ain't come to talk about Martial, so let me don't go through that now. Low minute. So God.
Yeah, but he could be a transfer out. You never know. Just saying.
Hey.
Sorry. Go.
Yeah. Bex, you have a fan favorite. You have a fan favorite, Bex. That's good.
Yeah.
Thanks, Callum.
Excellent.
All right, guys. So thanks again. You know, keep the comments coming. You know, continue to like and share the videos. You know, because we want to get the word out. We want to get the content out to all the Man United fans around. So you know, continue doing what you're all doing and supporting the channel. We appreciate it. You know, so guys, any closing remarks? Nico, any closing remarks?
Again, it was fun. You know, I mean, we don't get to do it as much as we would like to. You know, but again, it was fun, and you know, I mean, just continue to like, to share, and to comment.
Yeah, Bex.
Yeah, invite me back soon. That's all.
No problem. Thanks again, and we will see you on the another one. All right. So have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Bye.
Yes, stay safe. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Use hand sanitizer. Do everything to flatten the curve, as they say.
Yep. Bye.
Yep.